Episode 1, Season 2 of the Linguica Bowl Podcast. Here with your two-time champion, Dylan Mata, alongside the co-champion, runner-up, Austin Giesta, and a new face to the podcast, to say the least. He didn't want to come on last year, but this year he's 2-0. He's feeling good about himself. It's Dylan Mello. Chachi, how you doing, Chief?
What's up, guys? Good. How are you?
Just noticed you got the 49er gear.
Yeah,
all
you know.
decked out, bro.
Head to toe. Jimmy G jersey.
You know how it is over here. We are the 69ers. We rep the 49ers. So you'll be seeing a lot of the 49ers here on the podcast.
I'm sure we will.
Trey Lance jersey got thrown in the garbage.
That's put to the side for next season.
As soon as he went down, Chachi went right to the closet to grab that Garoppolo jersey.
Yeah, I indeed did. I really did.
All right, boys. So I'll pull up the standings here. We can just talk about the league, how it's been going. Let me see if I can do this. Let me figure out how to do this again. Share screen. Here we go. So Chachi and Goose at 2-0. How you guys feeling about your squads?
Goose can go first.
After week 1, I was pretty confident. After week 2, still confident, but not as much. I don't know. I think it's a long season, so not gonna get ahead of myself. But if I can get my guys back, I should be all right.
Squeaked out a dub against the Quasmanian Devils. It wasn't the greatest performance. Let me pull up the team from last week. Yeah, Kyler Murray and Swift.
I'm not getting the screen recording, but that's fine.
Yeah, probably got too mobile, honestly.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. But
people at home can see it, so
yeah, Goose did squeak out a nice little dub, but it is fantasy football. Got to expect some of those probably going to lose a couple of games like that too. So
squeaked out thanks to mini man Kyler Murray.
Yeah, it's unfortunately to see that guy be the one who gets you the dub, but in my eyes, he still is overrated. So
that was a crazy comeback, bro. He's just like running around the pocket. That play we had, I think it was a 2-point conversion where he's running around for 20 seconds or something.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy, man.
That was the first one, right? The first 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I think it was the first one.
Yeah. That game literally decided my fate for fantasy this week. It was pain. It was tough to endure that. I was sweating.
And I know you were heated too at that deep bomb. He had to Marquise Brown in OT, and then Marquise Brown got hit from behind. Nasty play from the I think it was a safety, but.
Oh yeah, the incomplete pass. I thought you were talking about the one where he went down at the 1-yard line. Did you see that one?
Oh, I didn't even see that one. Damn.
Yeah, Kyler threw one to Marquise Brown. He made a pretty good catch and he dove, tried to reach over to the goal line, and he got tackled down. They called him down at that inch-yard line. I don't even know. I thought it was a touchdown. I don't know. I didn't see him down before, but it is what it is. And then they ran it in for a 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was big. That last play that they ran in was definitely important for your fantasy team.
That throw to AJ Green on the 2-point conversion was ridiculous. I watched it back the other day. It just doesn't even make sense how he got it in there. Just the smallest window.
Nah, that was a nasty throw. That was a nasty throw. I will say, I know Chach is not a big Kyler Murray guy. Neither am I, but I was really impressed with the way he came back that last game and some of the plays he was making, both with his feet and with his arm too. Because
it's all right. But the thing is, I've always known he could do these type of things, but it's from game 1 to game 9. And then after that, he's just your normal quarterback.
Well, see, this way, they're 1-1. They probably could have been 0-2. They're starting off shit, and then that way they build up and they get hot for the playoffs. Maybe they're trying something new this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
You worried about starting them against the Rams next week?
No, hell no. I think it should be a shootout. And Kyler usually performs pretty well against the Rams.
It's at home, so you got that going for you. And I know you're big on DeAndre Swift now, aren't you, too?
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Dalton, like, if it wasn't for that pitch count they put him on, and then Evans getting thrown out of the game like within a couple minutes of the third quarter, I honestly should have beat Quasi pretty handedly. Like, Quasi's guys didn't really perform, but I mean, I didn't really have two of my stars that like kind of carry my team, so it was a little bit unfortunate. It is what it is, though. It's like anything can happen, so not blaming on that, but it was like it probably shouldn't have been that close, the game.
Yeah, but so far so good with Swift. He's been balling. He's had some big runs.
I'm pretty sure he had 5 carries. Like, that's ridiculous.
Gets those 50-yarders, man. You know, those 50-yard runs just breaks him off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, DeAndre Swift is a great player. I don't know how he dropped that much. I was thinking about drafting him, but I was really high on Saquon that whole time. So that's who I went with. But that was a good pick, and I feel like he'll anchor your team for most of the season as long as you don't trade him.
I'm not doing that anytime soon.
Let's go over to the 69ers now, who picked up a dub against Portugal's team. Needed some Monday night magic from Jalen Hurts, but he's a top quarterback in this league. Got 34 points. Dalvin Cook.
I was surprised how close the game was. Like, I didn't think it was really that close between you and Chachi.
Oh, well, I was winning for the most part of the day. Smacking them around for the most part. And then, you know, half my team was on Monday night. So Mada's team was all at 425. Then he started to get his little lead. I felt confident going into the game, but you know how it is on Monday night, Thursday night, how those games go. So as you can tell, Dalvin Cook didn't play too good.
Yeah, that was surprising. I didn't really watch much of the game, so I knew they had 7 points the whole time, so I kind of figured nobody was really scoring. So
yeah, but like Goose said, it's early. Everyone in the league calls me the regular season champ. So I've already been there. You know, I've started the season 8-0, 9-0, whatever it was. So I understand. But, you know, everyone thinks my banter in the group chat is because everyone thinks I already won the championship. But no, I just need to remind guys like Andy and Shugs that they're retarded sometimes, you know, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you really I think it was closer than it should have been. I mean, Dalvin Cook and AJ Brown combining for 17 points. I couldn't ask for more. Your kicker only got 1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jake Elliott did miss a field goal, though it wouldn't have mattered because I still would have lost by 1. But
yeah, but it's fantasy football. You know what I mean? Like, I understand if I'm going out there and starting like a fringe waiver wire starter and he goes off and then you're disappointed about it. You know what I mean? But kids like Andy and all that talking about the highest scoring. Oh, I got the highest scorer against me. Well, it's fantasy football. It's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Your drafted team is just clearly just not producing the last 2 weeks, but it's just how it works. You know what I mean?
No, I'm gonna stick by the commission. I feel like you're being a little too harsh on the Trumpineers here. Let's take a look at the squad they got. Let's go back week one. All right,
and I will. And
117 points.
No Keenan Allen and Kamara this week for Andy. I will give him that. Like
that was big. You know, that just boosted that was perfect for him. You know, it boosted the confidence he needed to go into the guy that he's barely beaten. You know what I mean? That's what he needs. He needs that extra confidence going into this week.
I like poking fun at Crooked Andy, but Cricket, whatever one you choose. But no Keenan Allen or Kamara this week, and he put up 150. I gotta give him props.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it's Monday, so no, it's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday, so he's known as Crooked Andy. Monday to Sunday. Yeah, during the week it's Crooked Andy. Sunday it's Crooked Andy.
My issue with Andy is it's tough for him to pick between Zeke and Pollard because Zeke gets more touches, but Pollard kind of the boom or bust guy. If he starts Pollard, correct me if I'm wrong, he would have won. He would have won if he started Pollard Pollard over Zeke.
All right, I got a quick question.
Right.
I might be wrong, but
That is crazy.
how many times has he had Zeke on his team? And how many times was Zeke that guy on his team? I think this is the second time, 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
You're right. He does not learn. He does not learn.
It's like, when are you going to learn? You know?
Did he have
don't know.
Pollard though last year? I don't believe so.
Nah, he was chasing Pollard the whole season because Bibby had him.
Yeah, right. He never actually ended up getting him.
Nah, never. Now he has Pollard and he's on the bench.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's the tough part. Like, I don't know if I would want, but I'm not Andy, but I know it's tough to pick between just that backfield. Like Zeke, everyone knows Zeke is the guy, you know what I mean? But is Zeke gonna produce? So
right.
I don't know.
And
right now,
yeah, this early in the season too, you definitely want to have depth, but a lot of times it puts you in a strangle and a chokehold because sometimes you don't really know who to play. Like sometimes you'll have difficulty deciding who to play at flex or your RB2 spot, and that's where it kind of screws you over.
Yeah. What was another matchup? But yeah, Mata, my team. I like my team. I feel very confident from my draft. Like a few of the trades I already made this season. So
the one guy I think you should be maybe concerned about is Kyle Pitts. What do you think about him?
Ooh.
Yeah, I was hoping you guys were gonna ask me that.
Let's see what you got.
He is concerning, but when you invest a 3rd round pick, like I did, you gotta kind of ride with him. But his value's at an all-time low right now. But everyone saw what he did last year with his limited role as well. Like he still got over 1,000 yards. He's getting the snap share at wide receiver and tight end. I just think right now he's not getting open. So, and when he is open, Mariota doesn't have time. So like, I can't compare him like Drake London. You know what I mean? Drake London, he's a wide receiver. He's the wide receiver 1, but he's a lot fat. I would assume that he's a lot quicker off his routes and off the line than Kyle Pitts is. So he's probably open a lot more. But from what I'm hearing from my sources is he's either not beating the guy that's defending him, or when he does beat him, Mariota's looking at a different option, or he doesn't have time. So, I'll just ride the wave right now. I'm not too worried about it. I think I got enough people in my lineup, like players that could produce. And I feel like if Pitts does go off, there's a good chance that I'm going to win that week with the lineup I have around him. So,
hey, I mean, look, you got a good quarterback. Yeah, you got 2 solid running backs. I mean, after those 2 running backs, it looks a little shaky. We got great wide receivers. And if Kyle Pitts can step up, yeah, you're chilling. You're chilling, honestly. So,
yeah, I think
the whole shaky after my 2 starting running backs is, I get it's shaky, but calm down. Come on, dude.
Like I'm not saying you got the worst running back.
Don't even have
I'm not saying that.
Some teams don't even have an RB2, man. You know what I mean? Like,
but I'm just saying Damian Pierce don't.
I know I don't have 6 RB1s.
You could argue
I don't have 6 RB1s, but
you could argue I don't have an RB2, like a solid RB2. I just have a bunch of like RB2. RB2, RB3s that I could plug in.
Like Jordan Mason is going to take that San Francisco job by the balls now that the LSU guy's gone.
Davis Price is hurt. Everybody, he's just waiting for his chance. Everybody's getting hurt.
What'd you call him, Goose? Jordan Mason, the real estate agent? Or...
Yeah. For now, he's the real estate agent. For now.
Maybe you can book an Airbnb with him when you go see the Niners.
He's waiting for all the running backs to move out of the committee.
And then you got Rashad Penny from Sloan after I traded with after I sent him for Russell Gage.
I'm excited the next few weeks. They're finally gonna play okay teams that I feel like if their game script is that they're winning the game, then I can maybe see some Rashad Penny from last year's fantasy playoffs. So, but I have faith in him.
Going over to the the losing team in that matchup, the two-time Linguica Bowl champion, Portugal's team. Let's go to week 2. See how they performed after a tough week 1. Got a good game from Mike Andrews.
T. Higgins.
Good game from T.
That's
Higgins.
the biggest thing that jumps out to me is how well T. Higgins did.
Yeah, I mean, he got that touchdown on that last drive in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was tough. That was
huge for you because that's why I didn't realize you were still in this game. Him and David Montgomery, pretty much.
Yeah, David Montgomery looked fucking good, man. Let me tell you.
Towards the end of the day, yeah, that Bears team stinks on offense, but.
Yeah, I heard David Montgomery looked good, but I also know that Green Bay defense is garbage. So.
But I trust
Trust the talent.
I trust the talent. Yeah, I get the Bears kind of blow, but between Montgomery and Herbert, those are two decent running backs.
Well, it doesn't really matter because you finagled Chug, so you got 2 extra guys that you can just toss into your lineup. So
yeah, let's talk about that trade. What's the
blockbuster trade? We need a graphic to close on the screen with the blockbuster logo.
Here's the trade. I gave away Joe Mixon, Chris Godwin. Number one, I just want to say no bad words to say about Joe Mixon. No bad words at all. He's a great player.
I'm surprised you shipped out of Portugal's own.
Well, I'll give you the logic behind it, Goose.
Oh, yeah. I was about to ask you, why did you trade him?
I'll tell you what it is, honestly. It's because, number one, Joe Mixon is probably the most valuable player on my team outside of Devontae Adams. So, he's the only guy that I could get a haul like Lamb, Gibson, and Carter. And 2, I feel like, one of the big criticisms.
Wait. Sorry, I just want to interrupt you. Say the last. What'd you just say? What'd you say again?
He's the second most valuable player on my team.
And he's the reason why you could
you could get a haul for him.
Get those 3 guys.
Or is Shug's the reason why you could get a haul for him at his value right now?
Is the reason, yeah.
Okay. Continue. Sorry.
But I had to do that. And 2, I got a lot of criticism that my team was all the same guys from last year and 2 years ago and stuff. And I did start to see some complacency within the squad. So I had to kind of send a message to the rest of the guys. And unfortunately, I had to use Joe Mixon to send a message that if you're not playing up to standards, you're getting shipped out. So
you let that get to you, the outside noise of your team being too similar to last year?
You know what? It kind of planted a seed in my head. And then watching these guys perform, I kind of say, you know what? They kind of have a point, And I think you gotta go past ego sometimes and do what's best for the squad.
Respect.
So, and then Chris Godwin, he's on IR. I'm not trying to wait 4 weeks. I want to win now. I'm trying to get some dubs.
Right, which is why I don't really understand why who's 0-2 and clearly needs the help at wide receiver.
No idea.
And try to make a move like that if he needs the help now. It doesn't really register. And then when I tried to say something about a trade, because I did want to make a trade with him originally, he was like, well, I need wide receivers. So I was like, well, the logic doesn't really add up there. You just traded your best wide receiver buddy. So,
well, guys,
each his own.
I just found time to actually look at his roster after the trade. And I figured out the solution to why he made the trade. I honestly finally figured it out. It's because Amari Cooper went off. That's why. That's why. That has to be why. Because, Shoes goes by projections. Amari Cooper just balled.
And I don't know how I feel about that going forward. I don't think that's consistent.
No.
I think once Deshaun Watson comes back, all right, Amari Cooper probably be decent. But until then, I don't know.
If you watch the Browns, they run a lot of 2 tight end sets, 2 running backs. They don't really focus on getting the ball to the wide receivers.
No, hell no. And they have Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, and he just dumps off. So
yeah,
I don't know. But
it's not sustainable. Amari Cooper is not sustainable. And if you look at CeeDee Lamb, he had 11 targets in the past 2 games. So the panic, I don't know why there was such a need to panic on him. He's getting Dak back in about 4 or 5 weeks. So it's just a bold move by Shugs.
the initial trade when Suggs first hit me up was Gibson and Carter for Mixon, which I obviously was not about. So I said Gibson and CeeDee Lamb for Joe Mixon and Russell Gage, I think I threw in. He was like, nah, like, can you give me Godwin? I was like, not really going to give you Godwin. Then I'm kind of getting fleeced at that point. So then he threw in Devin Singletary. So it was kind of a 3 for 2. And then I was kind of making another, like, kind of negotiating other deals on the side. And Suggs, I guess, got antsy and he decided to throw in Michael Carter. And at that point, I kind of said, I kind of got to go for it.
Yeah,
it's too much value to pass up.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And with the injury to Judy, it's just like, it doesn't add up. I don't know.
It's you know.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's just what I expect from an 0-2 team, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't every year.
Well, it's what I expect from an 0-2 team run by Suggs. But
yeah.
I just
clarify that.
I just don't get why. Like, if you're 0-2, why you? I personally don't like CeeDee Lamb, but he's clearly Suggs' best wide receiver. So if you need wide receivers, we all know you got a bunch of running backs. You clearly don't need running backs. Why are you going to package a player where the best player in the trade is a running back?
Yeah, and then getting rid of Gibson, who's arguably.
I get you're getting the best player in the trade at the time, but I just don't get it. Also, we can judge trades now, obviously, but the best way to judge them is like 6-7 weeks after they happen. So who knows? But I don't know. Like, it can turn out good for Suggs, but it's just gonna be too late, in my opinion.
Right. Immediately speaking, I think it'll probably have a pretty decent benefit. I don't know, because you gotta wait for Dak to come back, and then Gibson. I mean, I don't know. He's got running backs to kind of fill that void, but Gibson was arguably his second best running back, third best running back. So I don't know. It's kind of.
I was in on Gibson because I had Brian Robinson, so
right.
It made sense for me.
I figured that.
Well,
yeah. So I want. Oh man.
Maybe we'll have him on next. Maybe we'll have him on to tell his side of the story.
Shig's got a big game coming up against Trust Fund Boys and Bibby.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, before we get into that though, let's get into the matchup. Yeah, that matchup, Bibby's matchup with Gabriel 316.
Yeah, we got there's still another game that we haven't talked about after that too. Yo, Mona, it says it's gonna end in a couple of minutes. Just a heads up.
Oh yeah, facts. All right. I hate Zoom, bro.
This is so unprofessional, Mona. So unprofessional. This is year 2 now. Year 2. Come on.
Yeah, Zoom just trying to nickel and dime me at every corner, bro. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
keep talking. I'm gonna
talk about stop sharing the screen for now. I'm gonna talk about Noons' team here. Well, just Noons in general, you know. He got smacked by 100 points this week.
I think the proof is in the pudding. I feel like it was kind of bound to happen this week. It's kind of just like, I don't know. You're not going to sit here and blame News for anything. It was kind of just got dealt an unfortunate hand. So I don't put much stock into the way that the game went this week.
There wasn't much he could do. Like,
no,
realistically,
Davis, no
what
Pittman
can we?
Jr.
Let's look at what he could have thrown in. Like, what could he have thrown in that could have changed?
There's not really much he could do.
Like, I don't think he could have thrown much in there that would have.
With a team like Noons's, and this goes for a couple of teams, maybe mine even including, you have guys like Pittman that kind of carry his team, and once you lose them, it's kind of like tough to replace that. And then losing Gabe Davis on top of that, you're asking a lot out of a team that doesn't really have another player besides Justin Jefferson. Obviously, they're like anchor the team, because Javonte had a mediocre week, and then outside of that, it's like you look at his team and it's like, where's the production going to come from?
I honestly
What just happened?
We lose Chachi? Yeah, we lost Chachi.
We lost Chachi.
Yeah, this will give me a minute to
Shugs hacked him.
Upgrade the bro. Cyber attack.
Shugs got the team to hack him. Oh, there he is.
Sorry.
That's
My mother called me.
Interrupting the pod.
Let me see if I can get this purchased in. We got a minute 27. Keep talking, Chachi.
Like I was saying, I honestly think it would have been pretty close. Not pretty close, but I think it would have been close if he didn't have to play 3 of the best players on a lineup this week. Like he had to play Lamar, who dropped 47.
There you go, Mata.
Aaron Jones dropped 31. Nick Chubb dropped 31.
Right.
Even Christian Kirk 25.
Yeah, it was kind of dead from the beginning.
His highest score, this isn't what you never
you wouldn't expect.
See.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it.
Is Zach Ertz. Like
right.
It was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
But
and then it's kind of like with me with Breece Hall in the 4th round. He chose Travis Etienne, and that's not really panning out the way he would have wanted it or expected it to be, because he's probably relying on him, not pretty heavily, but I mean, for a decent portion of the team, and it's not really coming to fruition. So that's kind of a tough hit. I don't know what he's going to do. He's probably just going to have to sit on him at this point.
Yeah, that was a big win for Bibby. His team's looking nice after that.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about his team, though, I saw a stat on Twitter today that said in the first 2 games, there hasn't been one multiple running back to put up over 17 points in both weeks. Not one in the whole NFL.
What do you mean by that? Like 2? Wait, what?
Like no running back in the NFL consistently put up the last 2 games over 17 points. Like they've had a good game over 17. Yeah. And then the next game they haven't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only been 2 weeks though, you know.
I know,
yeah,
but that's crazy though, from like with the running back, the type of running backs that went, like, you know, JT and Christian McCaffrey back healthy. Like Christian McCaffrey was a walking 30 points. You know what I mean? JT was a walking 25 points. I understand it's the first 2 weeks, but it's kind of crazy.
McCaffrey has been kind of mid-pack. We'll get to that after though. But yeah, Bibby's got a great running back room. I mean, I think your top 2 guys will match his top 2 guys, but like throwing Aaron Jones there is it's a big 3-headed monster to face. But the downside is you look at his wide receivers in there. It's looking pretty rough, honestly.
Yeah, Christian Kirk came through big for him because outside of, like you said, it's just looking pretty grim for his wide receivers.
Yeah,
that's the tough. That's the tough
in a PPR league,
right?
In a PPR league, especially.
That's the tough part about playing a running back at flex. He's gonna have to play the right. Well, he's got to pray and hope he plays the right running back at flex every week, because I don't know, that flex spot. People underestimate how important that flex spot really is.
Mm-hmm. But if Lamar can do that every week, he's kind of set.
He's got Tyler Higbee too, who I think is pretty good. I don't think he's no top 3, but like,
he gets the job done. He gets the job done. He's perfect for a team that's built with that type of team.
For the time being too,
Definitely.
Because it's not he drafted Kittle, and he's just waiting for Kittle to come back. He can get Kittle back. Like that's pretty scary.
That's true too. Bibby be playing Shugs this week. That'll be a big matchup.
And we gotta get to the highest scoring team this week.
Who was the highest scoring team? Was it Slow Balls? Oh no, it was
that was the other one in this league in the household.
Yeah, my guy's suffering from success.
He's suffering.
Hey, I'm happy he pulled out a dub. Like that was his first win in 10 weeks, I think. Well, fantasy weeks.
10, yeah.
Almost I think
10 fantasy weeks.
Almost a full calendar year.
Yeah, that's a
10
big
game
win.
losing streak snapped.
Yeah.
What a way to do
in
it
a big way.
In a big way too. Sending bowling ball to 0-2.
240 bombs. Jesus Christ, man.
It's crazy. Diggs did it in less than 3/4 of play, which is just freaking absurd.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's
Crazy to
scary.
think about.
That's
Titans
scary.
kind of blow, don't they?
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's the NFL. To get beat like that is I don't know. It's kind of alarming.
Yeah, I look at Dalton's squad. He's got obviously Josh Allen, best fantasy quarterback. I think Diggs, that stack is just gonna be tough to top.
Yeah.
Waddle looks like a stud. On the
And,
bench,
yeah,
Yeah, I
you got
know.
that.
Dawn's not really looking like the worst team in the league anymore after that performance. Huh?
Nah. He's got the rookie wideout. I know you're high on him too, Josh. Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Oh yeah, he's a great trade target right now.
Sleeper to have. Yeah, that too.
He's a great trade target right now for the boys in the league that are looking for some trade targets. I'm just gave you one.
You think you'd trade him?
Do I think Dawn would trade him?
I think Dawn would trade him.
If the price is right, I'm sure everybody would make a trade.
I'm pretty sure he did say in the group chat today, everyone besides Diggs and Allen are up for grabs. I believe that is what he said in the group chat.
He was one of the guys that was in our
price
mix
is right.
too, but he just said he was interested and never hit me up with like an offer or anything. So
he said he wanted to speak with you when you got out of work and hang out with you and then kind of do the talks in person.
Yeah.
You weren't trying to wait for that. I mean, the deal that you got, I don't know if Don would have been able to stop that.
Yeah, that's the thing too. So I don't know how anybody was going to top that, but
my boys benching Tarek McLaurin this week. I like that against Philly.
Oh, you're looking at his upcoming.
It's looking like he's going to go with Garrett.
Garrett
as of right
move.
now. It's looking like that's who he's going with right now against Cincinnati, which isn't bad because Eli Apple is a bum.
Miami versus Buffalo is gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be a hell of a game in Miami too.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah, so it's tough for Buffalo, honestly. I mean, tough for both teams, but like going into Miami is never easy.
I don't know. I know what Miles Sanders put up yesterday.
I don't know, but
last game I think he put up 12.
Rushed for a lot of yards.
All right, so
11.
All right,
he's been getting a lot more involved than they have in the past. I don't know.
I think if Dalton finds a way to ship McLaurin and Garrett in a package for some big wide receiver, I think he's golden with Miles Sanders there. Honestly, like it's not the best option, but I'm saying if he can ship those two guys and get not a crazy elite wide receiver, but a guy he can put at his not his wide receiver 2 spot, his flex spot, and maybe get a running back that he can rotate in case Miles Sanders does bum it. I think he'll be chilling. Like I think Diggs is gonna keep going. Najee scares me with that foot, but if that foot is fine, he should put up RB numbers. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, and you should see positive regression with
TJ sucks.
Touchdown to Miles Sanders.
TJ sucks, which I think he should definitely try again. Another option off the waiver wire, but
his running back depth is really slim. It's just
it's not good.
Yeah,
Harris, Sanders, Harris's handcuff, and then J.D. McKissick. That's tough. That's tough.
At this point in the season too, it's like you want, like I said, with the depth thing. But I mean, I don't know if he gets away.
Yeah, if I was him, I'd be hitting up Suggs.
Well, Mata now.
I got plenty of running backs to give up.
Hit Mata up again.
Yeah, Mata does have plenty of running backs now.
Yeah, he said I 1-1 though. I think Dalton. I think Dalton's got a good squad here. I'm looking forward to his future.
I know it's only been 2 weeks, but now that we've seen a couple games, who has the better division? Which division do you think is better?
Let's go to the divisions. Yeah.
A lot of talk to begin the year saying that it was pretty even. So
I think the East is probably a little better.
You think our division's still better?
Yeah, because
Yeah, I'd 100% say your division's better.
Yeah, because we haven't even talked about Quasi. Let's go to Quasi's team.
Quasi was my sleeper teams to kind of dark horse team.
Yeah, I'm glad the two worst teams are in the opposite divisions, though.
Yeah. Is Andy the second worst team?
Oh, it's gotta be.
For me, I would say so. I'm biased though.
I like Quasi's team. He's got two top tier running backs. I still trust Fournette, even though the Bucks are not that great, I would say. And Jonathan Taylor still hasn't shown what he's capable of.
Right.
But you're throwing out there Travis Kelce, Joe Burrow, who I think can only get better from here, I think, at this point.
Yeah, right.
And then hopefully Mike Williams can stay consistent. But
yeah,
it's to be seen.
I think Quasi's team's nice.
That's JD Martinez. That's all. I want to make it 3-1 for the Red Sox.
Honestly,
Cortland Sutton had a solid week this past week, and he seems to be
he's got Bateman, who's I think is a baller. He just proved this week that he's good. He played against an elite not wide receiver, elite cornerback.
Curtis Samuel off the waiver wire was a big pickup. I was pretty upset that I wasn't able to get him.
He's got Rondell Moore coming back.
$38 on Fab between these three guys over here: Robbie Anderson, Samuel, and Fryermuth.
Yeah, well, Robbie Anderson wasn't the best person to spend $16 on, but
yeah,
I respect the Curtis Samuel one. I think he is the guy over there. Like, not the best wide receiver, but he's going to get the most usage because he can do the most.
Yeah, and to be fair, he's probably going to be the best waiver wire like pickup of the year. I don't know if to really be anybody else like remaining.
As of right now.
They'll
as of right now, but
they'll always be.
I don't know. As in terms of like usage and like, are you actually going to play the guy? Like, are you going to have confidence in him? I think he's probably.
I honestly completely forgot about him. I took him in Dynasty, but I completely forgot about him when it came to redraft.
Yeah.
You talking about Curtis Samuel or Robbie Anderson?
Yeah, Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel, yeah.
I mean, I
didn't think Quasi's got Kelce too. Like, Quasi's going to be a tough team to beat. Is all I got to say.
Premium tight end is just the way to go, especially like YouTube model. Having Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce kind of propels your team past those that you're kind of neck and neck with.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping Pitts comes along, because I think once Pitts comes along, I'm going to be tough to beat.
My philosophy with the tight ends is you either got to get a nasty one right at the start, like a Pitts, like an Andrews, like a Kelce, or you just like get one late in the draft. Yeah. Those mid-round, the TJ Hawkinsons of the world, the
such a waste of draft picks sometimes.
The Dalton Schultz, there's no offense, Goose. They're just they don't tend
to. I would argue against that. Not that it's like because I have him and I drafted him, but I mean he put up 13 points in week 1 and he could have had a little bit more than that. I think with Dak he's pretty solid.
With Dak,
I got him in the 9th. I think I got him like 8th, 9th round. So it's not like I really like wasted a pick on him.
It's not the worst pick in the world. Like I definitely see it, but in terms of my philosophy, I'd rather take a chance on a running back or a wideout or even a quarterback if there's a good one there.
Yeah, those rounds I was really like, I was taking flyers on a couple. Like I got Darrell Henderson, Cordero Patterson, not so much Naheem Hines, but I was just kind of like getting some guys that I knew could like come through and kind of step up to that RB2 possibly, or just guys that you like know will kind of like outplay their projection, their ADP. Kind of value guys. I was just getting like value guys where I was drafting like towards those late rounds.
Yeah, I feel like you had a pretty good draft. I don't know. Like Dalton Schultz is okay. I'm not the biggest fan, but
I mean,
I think he'll be fine.
You go into the draft, you're thinking he's the number 2 for targets, especially with Gallup hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
like is he going to be all right?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess some was knee, they're saying PCL injury, sprain. but he's questionable. It hasn't said anything about if he's going to be in or out this week. Also picked up Dawson Knox because Suggs just decided to drop him for Taysom Hill. So
yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
I'm not.
What did I tell you? I told you those projections, those big games, you should expect those guys to get picked up by Suggs.
Now that he has Taysom Hill and who's his other tight end? Gerald Everett.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a couple of waiver guys. So I'm not too upset about it. I'm pretty happy I got Dawson Knox because of it.
Yeah.
Last team we haven't talked about is Team Slowballs.
Oh yeah.
Sitting at 1-1, just beat the Trumpeteers.
It's arguably the scariest team on paper, and I think I voted Sloan for the best team, either Sloan or Chachi.
Yeah, I think it was he the number one team voted preseason, or was that Quasi?
I'm not sure.
No, I think it was either Quasi or Sloan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just say
I believe.
Sloan for the sake of this, just to make him sound better. But
My vote was Quasi, so
yeah, it was for me the top three was Sloan, Chachi, Quasi, and in no particular order. I don't really remember, but those are the top three for me after the draft.
well, I mean, he's got CMC, who is considered the best player in fantasy, but he's only got
how
he's
many
the
points has
greatest
he got?
fantasy player of our lifetime.
31 points through 2 games.
I think scroll down to the actual thing, the game log.
Oh, game log, yep.
15 and 16. So I mean, like, yeah, obviously, like you're not getting what you hoped out of him, but I mean, you can't really complain about 15, 16.
Who did he play his
double-digit
first 2 games?
points?
Cleveland and the
Cleveland
Giants.
and the Giants.
All right, I expect a big game out of. He's playing divisional opponent here
Against the Saints.
I think he'll start turning it around. Honestly,
They got a pretty good defense and a good D line. I don't know.
I just think
you,
it's
you
like
kind
they
of just
gotta find
expect them.
ways to
Yeah,
give him
you
the
kind of
ball.
just expect them to have the game, but it's pretty tough. Leonard Fournette had a tough time trying to bust open some runs. It was kind of just like grinding them out this past week
Yeah,
against that defense. So,
Then he's got CH too as his RB2 is kind of balled
and
out.
this is my thing is going into it after the Cam Akers pick. You could look at the team and say, wow, he's got a pretty big hole at RB2. And now with the 2 double-digit games in a row from CEH, you don't really expect it from. Now you're kind of just like, well, I'm assuming he's like, oh, I'll ride it out now with CEH. How could you not, given like the catches and everything and how much he's playing on one of the best teams in football?
yeah, I think he's chilling at the RB2 spot after getting Jacobs. Like he's got a good rotation of 3 guys.
Yeah, that too, and the trade that just happened with you, that too.
Yeah,
I don't know how confident he feels in him because I have a feeling he would move on from him pretty easily.
And I think Cam Akers too. Like obviously had that horrible week 1, and he's coming off the Achilles injury, which scared me, scared a lot of guys. But I think like he'll be solid. Like he'll be a solid plug and play if you're struggling with bye weeks or something, or maybe a guy goes down with an injury.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to get him, but someone decided to take too long to accept the trade. So Sloan had time to think, and now I got Penny instead.
Yeah, so it works out for Sloan. So yeah, whoever traded with him's helped them out a little bit.
Well, actually, I was supposed to get Penny and Akers. Instead, I got Williams. Big downgrade, in my opinion. But I'll take it.
Jamal,
I got London at the end of the day, so.
Yeah.
He's got Dawson too. I know, like we were talking about Samuel, but I feel like Dawson is could be the number 2 there.
A little bit more talented, younger, obviously.
Yeah.
A little bit more athletic.
Carson Wentz seems to like Curtis Samuel. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 boom weeks though, so I'll wait on Dotson. I'm more high on Wilson.
Yeah, that touchdown.
London. More Wilson and London when it comes to rookies right now.
Touchdown.
So you would rank them. You would rank them London, Wilson, and Dotson, Josh?
Yeah. I don't know. Olave started over Landry this week, so and he looked pretty good.
You would put Olave over Dawson?
Oh, they're similar players because they thrive in the deep ball.
I think that's top 3.
I would go Dawson right now. I'd go Dawson for now.
I think that's the top 3. I don't know what the order would be. I can't really. It's too early to tell, but that's probably the top 3 for rookie wide receivers right now.
So London number 1. We'll agree number 1.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I don't have a particular order. This past week from Wilson was pretty kind of like shocked me.
I only say London because he is the guy.
Forward.
He's the guy there. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I mean, we don't know. Wilson could be the guy too. It's not like Elijah Moore hasn't performed the way he did towards the end of last year. Corey Davis is Corey Davis. So,
but the thing with Wilson is, I think
he's got Joe Flacco.
Yeah, we should just to judge him more is once they have their franchise quarterback in there, and once they have Zach Wilson in there, then you can really judge because that's what you're gonna get every week.
Yeah. You never know. Zach Wilson might just not vibe with him. Not have that chemistry.
Yeah. Could be Elijah. Could be Elijah Moore season.
Yeah. Yeah. Sloan had great options at that flex spot. He still does.
Yeah. And then
he's got a really good team.
And then he's got, I guess you could call a premium tight end. I would still call Darren Waller a premium tight end.
Yeah, I would love. That's like, if I'm a team like Shugs, I would want Darren Waller on my team. You know what I mean? I think Darren Waller is good. Yeah. We had one season without him, like really basically like last season, he didn't really play. So I think he's good.
Yeah, he's a huge red zone presence, big target for Derek Carr. So you're always going to have.
Bibby's got Kittle, right?
Yeah, he's got Kittle and IR.
Yeah, Bibby's going to need that once he comes.
And then having good. It's another thing, like your first couple rounds, like having a guy like Tyreek Hill, like any week you can just rely on someone like that to just absolutely go freaking bonkers and just score 40, 35, 40, 50 points and then kind of carry you to a dub.
Yeah, it's crazy too. Second round pick.
Him and C-Mac, yeah.
So Sloan's got a really good team.
I think it'll be in the playoffs, huh? As it usually is, bro. Sloan is a very slept-on franchise, I would say.
Yeah, he is. As we all know that he's getting better with the activity level. You know what I mean? He's a lot more active this year.
It's more promising.
Yeah, I agree. Seems to have invested more resources into slow balls.
Hold on.
Which is always welcome to see. He's a great guy.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah, I think that's it. We talked about all the teams, kind of covered everything we wanted to cover. Obviously, I know Chachi wanted to shit on Sugars and Andy.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about some things that aren't really related to right now, but like who is like the biggest surprise pick of the draft? Like some stuff like that. I just thought about.
I don't know. There wasn't too many, honestly.
Yeah, it was. There's no glaring one like the Amari Cooper one, like funny, like as funny as that, obviously. But I feel like there's still some that you just like didn't really expect. Or
I don't know. Nunes was throwing curveballs the whole draft. So
yeah, Nunes was Nunes
or
had a pretty
maybe
wild
like
draft.
Somebody you thought got taken too early or something like that.
I would say the biggest surprise for me, Goose, was the fact that the first quarterback went in like round 5 at the end of round 5. Was Josh Allen.
I like that. I was gonna say something like that. Even something like a quarterback.
Yeah, but like it's a 10-person league. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel him out. It's kind of crazy that Dalton got him in literally like the beginning of the 6th round, end of the 5th.
Yeah, but it's like it's different every year because it's like whoever has the balls to take the quarterback first is the one who starts the trend. So
yeah, right. Well, yeah.
I think in general, though, Linguica
and then Herbert.
Linguica tends to draft quarterbacks later on than you see in your typical mock drafts. I don't know if in the other leagues that quarterbacks tend to go later than you expect.
No, they went around the same round in my other league. So
really,
yeah, I think it's all kind of relative.
Yeah, really.
I got Pat Mahomes last year in the 4th. I think that was the first quarterback taken. And then Josh Allen went right after in the 5th. So I was gonna say for mine, it'd probably be like, which isn't even that crazy, but Noon's taking Gabe Davis. I thought that was not early, but like, I don't know. You could argue it's kind of early, but I respect when like people have like their guys that they want. So I don't really
Bro,
rash
I'm
on that,
bugging.
but
We can go back on the draft and see who got it. It's legit in the same exact order.
How do we see
Round
that?
one,
Really?
round two. Yeah, dude. If you go to, I don't know how the hell it knows who took who.
Draft
Maybe,
recap.
maybe Crooked Andy actually took time out of his day to do his job. It did that, but I
I don't think
appreciate it.
that's. I
It's
think that's from
probably
last year. Wait, I don't know what that is.
No,
Nah,
bro,
it's-
it's the same exact order, fam.
Nah, Mata didn't have the 4th pick.
Oh, yeah,
Nah,
you're right.
I know. It's because like he just goes like first pick, picks all their players. So like,
Oh, I get it. I get it.
you
I
know.
get what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I
For
was giving
Mata, it's not.
too much credit for Andy. Too much credit.
Yeah, because from Mata, it's not right
yeah,
because
it's not
of
correct.
the trade. It doesn't
Yeah.
register the trade that Mata had with Noons. They're switching the picks.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
draft
let's
day
look
deal.
at the matchups for this week.
Yeah, what how we doing on time here, folks?
I think 45 minutes in, 40 minutes in.
Yeah, we 5 more minutes. I think we'll be chilling.
Yeah. You know our spectators don't got.
Nah,
who
they don't
would
got
have
all day. They have lives.
who would Andy have taken if he didn't get Cooks?
Drake London.
He would have taken Drake London.
Yeah.
Wow, it's kind of crazy. So like that would, I mean, it's kind of pick your poison. Who would you rather have? Like, I don't think that it's not really that
I'd
far
rather
off
have
if you
Drake
think about
London,
it.
so I'm kind of gassed he didn't take him.
Yeah, in hindsight, yeah, it's like hindsight 2020. Like, I mean, it was like kind of a thing. Like, what? Like that shouldn't happen. But I was just curious because I forget who it was that he was thinking of taking.
Yeah, it was other
And then
guys and Drake London, and then Noons decided to
Drake London
bring
got
up
taken.
Cooks, and that's what happened.
Drake London got taken after that round, towards the end of the.
He
next
got
round.
taken 14 picks after.
Yeah, right at the end of the other round.
Yep.
This is on to next week. A look at next week.
Yeah, we'll take a look at
Yeah.
next week. Quasi and Dalton. Some of the guys in don't have full lineups here, but we'll have a quick peek. I
Quasi's
think
throwing in Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, I like that you're bringing in the screen share this year. Our viewers can actually see what's going on in our league.
I think
a
we
little
brought
bit
it
better.
up briefly at the end of last year
Yeah,
when we
yeah,
found out that we could do it.
it was a new technology towards the second half of last year.
Yeah.
You know? We're always trying to
The
push the
production.
boundaries.
Yeah. We had to hire a production team.
Yep.
A lot of money too. But thankfully, the league's doing well financially. Those TV deals.
Me and
Yeah.
Mata made the championship and we put it back into the podcast.
Yeah, we might be supposedly we're supposed to be going in person soon for the fans out there.
That'll be a
podca-
big change.
Our
It'll be better for the
podcast might-
chemistry. It'll be better for the chemistry, you know.
Yeah, it will.
What's
it will,
that?
It will.
It's tough on Zoom, kind of.
The
Oh,
in-person
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
I think
In
it'll be
studio.
better with our guests too.
In studio.
Once we bring in
Definitely.
guests. But yeah, we can go straight into this matchup. I honestly like this matchup a lot. feel like these two talk a lot of shit to each other. The Quasmanian Devils and
Can you
suffering
scroll
from
up a little bit,
success.
Mata? Just so I can see the. Actually, I'll pull it up. You can scroll back down. Just want to
You
look at
the
like, who else is
matchups.
playing.
I really expect like a big Joe Burrow game. I just 2 rough games in the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I expect him to go crazy at some point. He's going against the Jets. They're not too good. JT really hasn't had one of those crazy games yet. So like Leonard Fournette's yet to score a touchdown. I don't know. Like it's
about, yeah. It's just like
the way
bound to happen.
Quasi's team is happening. Like Travis Kelce just came off 10 points. It's like
It's looking like it's shape up to be a.
it's looking like Dalton's luck is starting to
dwindle.
already, dude. It's like the kid can't even catch a break.
I don't know. I mean, on the opposing side, you got Josh Allen going up against Miami, who just got thrashed by a similar.
I think that game's
gonna
be. Yeah, I know, but I feel like I expect Allen and Diggs. Yeah, gonna ball. I'm not worried about Diggs and Allen.
Redskins defense is faulty. They've been getting run on a lot. So Miles Sanders is poised to have a decent game as well. I'm concerned about the Thursday night game. I mean, I don't think Myles Garrett. I don't know if Myles Garrett's going to play, and Jadeveon Clowney's already been ruled out. So who knows? Yeah. Maybe Najee Harris finally has a good game. They're not a good defense either. So, and then his only question is kind of Garrett Wilson
and TJ Hawkinson. He needs Hawkinson a big. He needs Hawk to come in.
Yeah, if that's the thing. If we're not talking about premium tight end, it's kind of just a wash. I feel like it's like almost a wash when you're looking at tight ends. You're just like, I don't even really like acknowledge it.
I honestly feel you. Yeah.
I'm gonna take Dalton in this one, honestly. I just think that Allen and Diggs stack against Miami. It's gonna be a shootout. And I like Najee against Cleveland, like you said, because they got the defenders hurt. I think those three guys can kind of carry him to a dub, even if, Hawkinson kind of shits the bed. Mm-hmm. Maybe Garrett Wilson don't pan out for this week, but I think Quaz needs to upgrade those wide receivers. And that's one area where I think he's a little weak.
Who are you not confident in? Who do you not like the most out of his receivers?
Of Quaz's receivers?
I mean, I guess you'd probably say Curtis Samuel, but between Sutton and Mike Williams, like you just don't like either of them?
Like, I don't mind. I think they're both like wide receiver twos. And Mike Williams is inconsistent. I'm not a big Mike Williams guy. Like, I get he made the crazy catch against the Chiefs, one-handed. Great play, but next game he'll probably get like 2 targets and just pull up like 4 points.
Come on, Nada. 2 targets, bro. Like, he was a great fantasy player last season.
He's inconsistent, bro. Week 1, I think he had like.
Bro, I get it. He's a wide receiver too, but like.
I think he had 3 points.
Bro, like.
Is Keenan Allen coming back this week,
bro?
Yeah, that
too.
Back
soon. Maybe not.
Justin Herbert's got a rib injury, but I mean, he threw an absolute seed with the rib injury. Like,
I don't know. I would keep Williams if I was him, and I would ship Sutton and try again a better wide receiver one. I would just go for a wide receiver one. He's got the running backs for it. Like, he doesn't even. I honestly don't even think he needs to give up Fournette, Taylor to get a wide receiver one. I think he's got enough to on his bench. He's got enough and at his
the
flex.
Bottom half of his lineup.
Yeah, and Sutton, I think he's got enough to give up.
Get rid of him. I don't even think he would get rid of JT or Fournette. If the offer was so good, maybe Fournette, but I don't see that happening.
No.
Yeah, I agree with the Chachi on like him bouncing back. I think Quasi will end up winning. There's a little bit more like comfortability, kind of like the floor is higher for Quasi. I feel like.
We'll go next game here. Bowling ball and the Trust Fund boys.
This should be an interesting one.
Kids are actually calling me right now.
Big questions for Shugs. Coming off
like
that
Bowling
trade.
Ball knows we're talking about him. Kids calling me right now.
Coming off that trade and coming off the questionable tag on James Conner, like, I don't know, man. He's got the shootout with Matt Stafford, so he's got that going for him. Derrick Henry's due for a big game. Who knows? I think DJ Moore as well. That's not an easy matchup though for DJ Moore. So I don't know what Shug's team's looking like. And then, wow, Bibby doesn't have his lineup. I don't think
if Derrick Henry doesn't go for 35, bro,
he loses. Yeah, 100%.
Shug is losing.
And James Conner being questionable, like, that is not good. It's not really good for me either.
I might be wrong. But I think DJ Moore and Amari Cooper puts up combined less than 20 points this week.
That's a hot take. I like it. I like it.
So, I mean, if we're going to – I guess we can just fill in Bibby's lineup ourselves. RB2, Nick Chubb. I don't know why he doesn't have it filled in.
No, honestly, I think he wants to make a trade this week. I expect
he wants to make a trade.
Yeah,
I saw that in the group chat. I didn't know if that was kind of like I don't know if that was managerial speak, like coach speak. I don't know if he's like bullshitting, but
Could be.
I mean, who knows? I don't know who needs running back because I'm trying to offload some
Oh
people.
no, I hit him up and he says I got too many players that are too similar to his other team. So.
Oh really? Wow, that's why. So that's why. Oh, all right. Well, I mean, if a trade doesn't happen, hypothetically speaking, I would think he would play Nick Chubb, and I think he would roll out the same lineup, given Kittle, like with the exception of Kittle.
I honestly think he gets the trade done, and I honestly think Andy's the one who gets the trade done with.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
It's gonna involve. He's gonna get Zeke.
He's got running backs. Andy needs running backs. They both play golf every single day. It's bound to happen.
That helps.
It's bound to happen.
Golf season's slowing down, though. Golf season's slowing down.
And
they got the connection there. I think it happens.
I don't know.
They both love to see me lose too. I see Billy helping them out.
I don't know oh yeah, because you're playing them this week. But I don't see it involving Keenan Allen or Cooper Kupp because Andy already said they're off limits. So who exactly you think is going to be exchanged? Kamara.
Let me go to his team real quick.
Bibby has had Kamara.
Well, I don't know. It wouldn't be too. For me, I don't know why you would trade Kamara if he's your best running back. I'd be trying to keep Kamara.
I agree. I get that, but I'm just saying, like, who would it be if it's Keenan Allen?
I don't know, bro.
Limits. I don't think Andy really has anybody like worth Bibby's time.
Andy's
probably
Andy's probably pushing the propaganda with Juju and Jacoby Myers because Juju's in a good offense, and Jacoby Myers is actually a pretty good fantasy player.
Yeah,
so
he's solid.
He's nice.
But yeah, I don't know. That's the thing.
I don't know. I think he has to give up Keenan Allen if he wants one of Bibby's running backs.
Yeah,
Keenan Allen has to be given up.
That's what
I think
saying.
it's fair, bro.
Who knows though? Bibby's running wide receivers are so mid that he's probably gonna like Brandon Cooks would be fine in that lineup. Brandon Cooks would be good in that lineup.
He would.
You know what I mean? Brandon Cooks would be his best wide receiver as of right now if he put him in that lineup.
Right.
I think Bibby takes it though. I think we're all in agreement. Bibby over Suggs.
Yeah, I chalked this one up to Bibby.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, nah, I'm pulling for Bibby here. I love to see the 0-3.
Could be going 0-3. Next is
matchup.
Noons and slow balls. Gabriel 316 and team slow balls, but Noons obviously does not have his lineup set.
Taking after his coworker.
Maybe, yeah.
Nah, he's looking for trades. I've been talking to him all day.
He had Trey Lance, right? Correct.
Yeah,
that's tough.
I didn't get a chance to talk about.
Not really panning out.
I didn't get a chance to talk about his squad because I had to go send Zoom $15, but he's got great wide receiver one, Justin Jefferson. I think his wide receiver room is solid. Ayuk, I like, especially with Jimmy G.
I think his wide receivers are elite.
Yeah.
Pittman, nasty, Gabe Davis. I believe the hype. He's been spitting
He's
that
perfect.
propaganda all
He'll
summer.
be a perfect flex. Like, dude, he's got Jefferson and Pittman at 1 and 2. That's all he really needs. And then he's got Gabe Davis, who I personally think is a perfect guy you can put in flex every single week.
Yeah, I agree.
And he'll get the job done. And like the biggest noise out of Buffalo camp, other than Gabe Davis, was Isaiah McKenzie. And yesterday he played, I think.
He didn't do shit.
Yeah, he didn't do shit. And he only played in the slot. Snaps. He didn't play outside. He only played in the slot. And he's splitting that with Crowder right now. So
yeah, neither one of them are really viable. So
yeah, no.
And Gabe Davis, that's another one who'll come right back. But will he come back? That's a big if.
Who knows?
Same thing with Pittman. Is Pittman going to play this week? His lineup is ride or die with like a couple of his players. Like there's no way he wins without those players. I'm sorry.
I read something that he is going to play. So
that Pittman's going to play? Yeah,
the Colts said he's looking pretty good. So
yeah, I mean, I could see it. He's had some time off. So
yeah, I'm probably
hasn't practiced hasn't played or done anything since the game in week 1.
I think Nunes' success.
My talks with him this week, honestly.
I think Nunes' success all depends on the Broncos this week because, they're
Russell
playing
Wilson
San Francisco. It's a tough matchup. It's at home though.
He's got that.
That's why I think he's going to get a trade done too. Honestly.
Yeah, if you don't make a trade and the San Fran D shuts down Wilson and Williams, then
yeah.
I don't think Judy's going to play either. So.
Yeah, so I mean that's really his only weakness. You know, he kind of bought into the hype, and I don't blame him. You know, I think Javonte is a good player, and I think it's not crazy to expect that Russ with those weapons on offense is going to be good, but I think the coach is an idiot. So
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't. It's not like Javonte was going too high. I think it was pretty reasonable.
I think he got him third round or second round, late second.
Yeah, he got him. I think third. His second pick was Pittman, right?
No, I think his second pick was Williams, and then Pittman was third.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
But it's around where he was going, so he didn't reach or anything.
No.
But
that game's gonna come down to Sunday night anyway, because Noon's got 2 Sunday night players. Sloan's got Debo.
And
so it should be interesting. Like if it's close, it should come down to the wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, though, I'll give this on paper. I'll give this to Sloan.
Me too.
Yeah, if Noons don't make a trade this week, I'll go Sloan. But if he makes a trade, give me Noons.
And this is the one we've all been waiting for.
Big rivalry here. Massive rivalry.
Not really a rivalry. Come on.
First podcast. I'm gonna chalk this one up. I'm gonna give it the Gaspar's Linguica Game of the Week certified.
I like it just for the animosity. Yeah, just for the animosity.
Oh,
100%. I think it has to be the Gaspar Game of the Week.
Yeah. I mean, if he can get Kamara and Keenan Allen back, this is a fucking fire matchup. I can't wait to watch this go down.
Oh yeah.
Big if.
Yeah. A lot of ifs going around that camp.
Damian Harris not hurt. I don't think he doesn't have the questionable tag, so he should be. They fucking run the ball a million times. So.
You like Damian Harris, Goose, or not?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd say I go as far as to say I like him, but I mean, hey, he gets the job done. They run the ball a lot, so if he gets a couple catches, it's like throwing the cherry on top. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit added luxury.
Well, so he was running like a bull. He was running like a bull against the Steelers.
Yeah, that too.
When did the Pats take the lead in that game? They were leading for the most part of that game, correct?
I think it led the whole game. Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense why he put up 16 points. It makes sense why he ran like a bull. It makes sense why he ran a lot. You guys were playing with the lead, and I don't expect you guys to be playing with the lead a lot this year. So, especially this week against Baltimore.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good point for this week because I agree. But I mean, when we play Baltimore, it's never really like I don't think it's really.
But it's like who's he really gonna throw there? Like he's.
Yeah, he'd have to put a lot of trust in Zeke.
Like,
or Pollard, which I don't know. You can't really have much trust in either of them.
Well, it's like I don't know. I'm not going to say much. I think he's going to lose. So,
but with all the questionable tags he's got, I mean, minus Herbert, but I'll give this to Chachi. I think Chachi's going
to. I think I'm going to go Andy because I think Herbert and Keenan Allen against Jacksonville. Cooper Kupp against Arizona. Cooper Kupp's always balls out.
Yeah.
And
Brandon Cooks against Chicago.
Cooks against Chicago.
I don't know if he's playing Cooks or Juju. I have no idea.
I have a feeling it'll go Cooks.
They're playing the Colts, right? Yeah.
I have a feeling it'll go Cooks. I don't know. I think that 4-point game from Juju probably scared him away a little bit.
Hey, I respect it, honestly, but there's just too many booms on my team that have yet to happen, and I'm still sitting at 2-0. So I'll be glad if Cook's boom happens against Andy, Pitt's boom happens against Andy, Brown's yet to score a touchdown. So I'll love that this week.
Nah, wait, you talking about AJ Brown?
AJ Brown's yet.
Chachi's got some pretty good matchups.
That's good. That's tough. AJ Brown, Amon St. Brown.
Yeah,
like I'm yet to get that connection of Hurts and Brown for AJ Brown for a touchdown. Same with Andy and Herbert and Allen. So
yeah,
it's a good stack. It's a good stack.
But I don't know.
I'll give it a charge.
I wouldn't lock my lineup in for this week either. I'm still debating on who I'm starting at flex. So
you got a couple good options.
Regardless, I'll probably give it. Regardless, I'll still give it to Chachi.
Then the last game, finals rematch, certified Linguica boy versus.
I wanted to give this one the game of the week, but there's too much. There's too much riding on.
I guess I'm the only one who can make the pick for this game, huh?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, go for it.
I'll still give it an analysis, but yeah, I don't pick the games I'm involved in.
Well,
we just talk about it. Mata doesn't have it. No surprise.
Yeah, no, we could talk about it.
Yeah, quarterback. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm pissed at Brady.
CeeDee Lamb is gonna start. We know that's gonna happen. Brady's probably gonna end up on my team soon, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, what's good with that, Marty? You're so down on Brady, but you still have yet to put a quarterback in the position.
I don't know who I'm gonna start. I mean, Derek Carr against Tennessee. Derek Carr low-key kind of blows, honestly. I was a Derek Carr guy. So after watching him the first two games, like just missing throws that could be like big plays, it's just like
I don't know. I say you spend that big fab on Tua.
I'm not. I don't know if I like Tua that much, bro. Especially he's playing the Bills this week too, so that don't really help me out that much.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got that magician McDaniel over there. It's doing something.
49ers South, right?
Yeah, 49ers South. Don't forget the North either.
I might go for Tua. If I'll put in a little bid. If I get him, I get him. If not,
honestly, the waiver wire is garbage this week.
Thin. It's very thin.
It is tough. But yeah, Reed's got a couple tough choices. Jeff Wilson played well last week. Michael Carter, Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, now you got. I'm sick now. Like the trade. Now you got options, and I don't know if I'm gonna have Mike Evans. So I don't know. I'm not that confident going into this week. I'm just gonna be.
Yeah, I see CeeDee Lamb starting. Yeah, honestly, Goose is.
You're gonna go.
It's just tough because he needs Kyler. Goose's team is good enough, like is good, but his team just at that next level when Murray is cooking, and like I just think it's tough. He has a tough time against the Rams, in my opinion, from the games I've seen. The fact that he doesn't have Hopkins, he's still getting used to he's playing with a bunch of new guys like Brown, Dortch, all these guys. Like the only guy he's really like good with is Ertz or Rondell Moore, and he's not even playing yet. Yeah, so he might play
plays this week.
But I'm gonna lean Mata after a loss. I think the fact that he added CD, it's tough to pick an RB2 every week. I know that, but I think it's gonna come down. You guys have any night games or no?
CD plays Monday night.
Yeah, I don't
Jeff Wilson plays Sunday night.
I personally think it's gonna come down to CeeDee Lamb.
Scroll back. What is it? Do I have anybody on? I don't think I have anybody.
You have Dalton Schultz Monday night if he plays.
If Mata keeps Brady,
afternoon games.
If Mata keeps Brady, I expect a bounce back game. Green Bay's defense isn't that good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to lean Mata.
Yeah, I respect it.
Goose, you gonna start Patterson or are you gonna go for the AJ Dillon?
I don't know. A couple of guys. I could go Breece Hall. He had a pretty. I don't know. It's a little too early to tell, but I mean, last week was pretty promising going forward. Obviously, I took a pretty good price on him when I took him in the 4th round, but it's kind of like for the long haul. No pun intended.
Well, you're winning 2. I mean, I was gonna say you're winning 2-0. I think starring 2-0 definitely helps taking Breece Hall in the 4th round. So
yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I think he's better than Michael Carter. Obviously.
Also, I think taking him in the 4th round doesn't really matter when you end up getting. When did you get Henderson? What round?
The 10th or the 9th?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's like I could afford to. And if
that's you look, how my team's like that in Ribeiro's league. My RB2s aren't even as close to as good as your RB2s. Like my best RB2 is Kareem Hunt, but I have Hines and shit. But yeah, it's tough. But I think you're fine with the guys you got. as long as Chase starts balling, you should be good.
Yeah, it's a ride or die kind of situation with that. So, but even I was talking about it with fucking kid Mata always does this. I kind of want to get off what I was gonna say, but what is so funny?
No, no.
All right, maybe we can address it later. But
You'll hear it after. You'll hear it after.
all right, in the fourth round, like after my pick, there's really like I was looking back at it with Dalton. Like you really can't say like, "Oh, it was a terrible pick," because after my pick was DJ Moore, which like, all right, you can make a case for DJ Moore, but he's not even really doing that well. And then I'd have to pick between Hollywood, DJ Moore, and Mike Evans every week.
Yeah.
Like obviously I'd put Mike Evans, but you know what I mean. And then after that was ETN with Nunes, DK Metcalf, Cam Akers, and then the only other guys I'd really like take at that spot was Sutton and Mike Williams. So maybe Deontay. It's like it's that fourth round is weird. That where I picked like that spot of the fourth, fifth round was kind of weird. It wasn't great. The players weren't great. Like there's nobody that really like knocks your socks off.
Yeah, I agree.
T. Higgins I had Jamar Chase. T. Higgins got taken right before me. You took Kyle Pitts, Chachi. So I kind of wanted Jalen Waddle. So
yeah, I was big on Pitts. I got, to be honest with you, Linguica Bowl, other than Michael Pittman, the first like 6-7 rounds.
Your guys.
Yeah, I got every single guy I wanted.
Yeah.
Before we go, you guys want to? We got the games on the side over here. You guys want to submit any locks of the week? Any locks?
Oh yeah. I got 3 for the boys that are gonna be gambling this week. If you scroll to the top, Mata. Yeah, thank you. Right there. So the Steelers and the Browns. I'm sorry. I'm on a phone, so I gotta zoom in a little to see on Mata's screen. But I'm gonna go with that game's very tough. I am staying away from the Steelers and the Browns. For me, I would go the Texans over the Bears. I think that's a guaranteed lock for the Texans.
Wow.
There's one more that I really, really like. Scroll down, Mata. I like the Falcons over the Seahawks this week. I think the Falcons get their first win this week.
All right.
And my upset of the week is the Jaguars over the Chargers. That's my upset of the week.
I like that.
Wow.
That's my upset of the week.
I like that.
So for my gambling boys, for your money lines, I'd go with that last pick I just said. Probably going to look really nice over there for the Jacksonville Jaguars against Justin Herbert. So I think Herbert coming off a rib injury, he looked nice, but like at the same time, he looked kind of pussy on that run. Like he just looked like he's definitely. He seems like he's hurting. You know what I mean? Keenan Allen won't be 100%. And I'm a big Jaguars guy this season. I think they're. I remember telling you guys in the offseason that they were going to win that division. Their odds were very high. Well, very good for the gamblers, but yeah, those are my locks this week. Hopefully you guys enjoy the locks. Hopefully you guys make some money off them.
I'm trying to come up with a lock, but I can't think of any good. I try to give like an upset one, you know. But
yeah, I like doing player props, but I just haven't looked at any lines, so I can't really say. But just looking at the games, I'd say I like the Chiefs -6.5. I know that's like a little bit higher, but I think they'll win easily by more than a touchdown.
Oh yeah, I was seeing. Yeah, I actually saw that game too. I think the Colts stand no chance in that game. Like,
and then I mean, you kind of be like, oh, it's a trap, and you don't have much faith betting in them. But how could you not take the Bengals -4.5 against the Jets? I feel like that dude bounce back and have a good game. So
yeah, that's good too,
man.
I like those two. I like those two spread picks, honestly.
Yeah, 4.5 points. I think you have to go with that.
What's the Pat spread?
The Pat spread, the points.
Yeah.
The point total, or
for the what's the one?
Ravens are -3, and the point total is 43.5. Yeah, Ravens -3.
Not bad. Pat's at home, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll come better prepared with maybe a prop and next week. Kind of threw that out at the end, but
yeah. But
Yeah,
you
right
know,
there.
I was expecting
I
it,
expect
but
a better I expect a better episode for episode 2. Hopefully,
We're
hopefully we're in
getting the
person.
jitters out. We're getting the jitters out.
Yeah,
We're rusty.
Well-
We're rusty.
it's fine. It's fine.
On the fly. It's already 9:00. Can't play no more card and shit.
Yeah, it's all right.
it'll be easier too when we get in person because on Zoom it's kind of tough with like interruptions and like not knowing when to talk and just like human interaction, like seeing
Stuff.
emotion stuff.
Stuff.
It's kind of weird sometimes. But I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Well,
anything else?
no, it's
No,
just
not really.
hopefully
Big-
Shugs and Andy make something happen this week because
Yeah.
the seasons are gonna look pretty much over if they lose.
Already.
Jeez.
I hope Andy figures it out, honestly, because it's gonna look bad coming in last place and then starting off 0-3.
Don't pull an Andy like he did last year. Came on this show and said Quaz was gonna go 0-14, and then he came in last place himself.
Oh man, I know, but
Andy said that?
I don't think Andy's ever started 2-0 in this league, so I don't know.
Don't matter. Don't matter.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Any win, Andy's horses are always high off of wins. You know what I mean? Any win for a shitty franchise like that is, your morale's up.
Hey, Linguica Bowl stat of the week. I'll this will be the departing message. Linguica Bowl stat of the week. 0-2 teams. There's been 6 in Linguica Bowl history. Only 2 have made the playoffs.
Who are the
One was
2?
a champion.
I think Dalton was saying.
Me and Goose.
Dalton was
Oh,
saying
you and
something.
Goose?
Me and Goose. It was the year we Goose lost in the semifinals. The first year I won.
Hey, so I for sure didn't go 0-2 last year. I know that.
No, you went 1-1.
Yeah, that's what it was. I went 1-2 is what happened.
I'll check the 0-3
first,
teams after this, Chachi. I know you asked about that earlier.
Yeah. Me
You
and
won the
Bibby-
champion. You went 0-2. What? 2 years ago, Mata?
2020, yeah.
Okay.
I think I went actually 1-3 in my first 4 games.
Yeah, no, you did. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember everyone was counting you out because the first season you were ass, and then that next season you started off 1-3, and everyone thought like, oh, this kid, like he still hasn't figured it
Stinks
out.
at
But
fantasy.
I think then you hired Reed or something happened.
Yeah,
after that.
Reed's been there all 4 years of the franchise existence. But all right, we'll see you next week.
All right, it was nice talking to you guys.
Joining the pod.
Yeah,
Peace
later,
out.
I'm gonna
boys.
love joining the pod.
And good luck.